Hello, this is Mr. Stansberry. I'm going to take you through the 9 notes on linear functions. At the end of this, you should be able to say I can use linear functions to help me solve real-world problems. All right, so let's get straight into the examples. First one's example 8 from page 282, or something similar to that anyway. Sparky the squirrel has already eaten 8 ears of corn. He says I can eat 5 more ears of corn every minute. How many ears of corn can Sparky eat in 4 minutes? So there's lots of different ways to approach this. I'm going to do the equation way just to make our life easier, especially for upcoming examples. So the number of ears of corn that Sparky can eat, we can let's call it C for corn, is going to equal, let's see, he started off by already eating 8 ears of corn, and then he can eat 5 more ears of corn every minute. So let's go 5t plus 8. So in this case, corn is going to equal 5 times 4, because it's 4 minutes, plus 8. So C equals 5 times 4 is 20, plus 8 is 28 ears of corn in 4 minutes. That's pretty good, Sparky. So this other one, we've already come up with this equation. So let's just use it over here. We've got C equals 5t plus 8. So C is going to equal 5 times 10 plus 8, which in this case is 50 plus 8 is 58 ears of corn. Alright, so eat up, Sparky. Alright, next example is Artie the Ant Annihilator. This is example 9 from page 282, by the way, or something close to that. Charges $40 for a service call and then $1.60 per ant to remove ants from your toothbrush. Okay, so copy and complete the table and then graph T against A, find the rule that connects these variables, and then find the cost to remove the 17 ants. Okay, honestly, I really find the easiest thing to do first is to find the rule that connects the variables. So I'm going to do that first, and that is going to be, let's see, we got to figure out what we want to do. So T against A. So ants removed and total cost. So T for total cost is going to equal the number of ants removed. We have he charges $1.60. So $1.60 times every ant removed, and he charges $40 just to show up. So there's our rule connecting the variables. Okay, once we have that rule, then this table here becomes much easier to fill in. So if we're going to figure out how many ants it costs, how much money it costs if he removes no ants, we just plug in 0 for A, right? So the total cost is going to equal 1.6. I'm just going to leave the 0 off, times 0 plus 40, which is going to give us $40. So it costs $40 to remove no ants. To do 2 ants, to come in and remove 2 ants, that's $1.60 times 2 ants plus 40, and that's going to give us 40. Let's see, $1.60 times 2 is $3.20, so it's going to be $43.20. And then this goes up by 2, so he's just going to add $3.20 for every 2 more ants that he does. So that's going to be $46.40. This is going to be $49.60, $52.80, and then this is going to be $56 to remove 10 ants. Okay, so we have done C, we have done A. Now we got to graph T against A, so we're just going to make ourselves a little graph here. And then the top one should pretty much always be your X, and the bottom one should always be your Y, especially if the time almost always goes on the X-axis. So this is going to be ants removed, and this is going to be cost. All right, so let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You don't have to label every single one, as long as your axes are, as long as your scale is consistent, you're good. And then again, we don't want to start at 0, we want to start at 40. So let's make a broken graph and put 40 here, and maybe 50, and then 60. All right, so we go to graph this thing here, and at 0 we're at 40. So to remove no ants, it costs $40. 2 ants was 43. 20. 4 ants was 46. 46 ants was 49. 60. 8 ants is 52. 80, and then 10 ants is 56. So as you can see, that's a fairly nice linear graph there. So we graph that, and then find the cost to remove 17 ants. Let's use this to figure out how much it's going to cost to remove 17 ants. Total cost would be $1.60 times the number of ants, which is 17, plus $40. So if you put let's see, we multiply 160 times 17, we get $27.20 plus $40 gives us that the total cost to remove 17 ants is $67.20. It's a pretty good racket for Artie the Ant Annihilator.